Hi, in this video we're going to show you how to get into a folder that somebody has locked you out of, if you're a local admin on the computer, that is. Alright, so we have three users we're going to be dealing with. So this guy here, Daniel Sims, he's a local admin. Todd Sims, local admin, and Cindy Sims is just a standard user. Okay, so if Todd goes into this finance folder, goes to the properties, security, and he edits it and he goes, I want Cindy denied and I want Todd denied, and he does the same thing for HR. Cindy denied, Todd denied, oops, denied, and he has his full control there. So deny always takes precedence over allow, so keep that in mind. And then for the sales folder, we're not going to do anything with. We'll just leave the defaults here. We'll even Cindy's not in here, but we'll see what happens when she tries to access this folder. Okay, so now we're going to log in as Cindy. Okay, we're going to go to the C drive, users, Daniel. Now first it tells you don't have permission. Click continue to get permission for that folder. Now it wants the admin password, which she's not, so if there was another admin there, they could put in their name and password, or click on here and pick another admin to go in there. So she's pretty much out of luck. But if we go back to Todd or to Daniel, what happens if we give her permission to this sales folder? Okay, let's go back to Cindy and see what happened, if anything. Nope, she still can't get in because she can't even get to the first folder, his user folder, and the documents, or the actually desktop folder where that other folder is underneath that, so she can't even get into there. So Daniel would have to give her access to his user folder to allow her to get to the other folders, which he's not going to want to do. Okay, so that's it for a standard user. So now what happens if we log in with a local admin? Okay, so let's go to that user again. So the first time you access it, you would still get that same message that Cindy got, but I've been in here with this user, so therefore he didn't get that message, but then you just click continue and you'd be okay. All right, so desktop, and there's those three folders. Here's the one with no restrictions, just fine. But if we try and get into finance, it says you don't have permission, click continue to get access to this folder, but you've been denied. So since that deny attribute was assigned to Todd here, he can't get into that folder, at least not the standard way, and then same with HR. Okay, so how do we get around it? Okay, so what you want to do, you want to right click on it, properties, security, then you want to go to the advanced section down here, and then for the current owner, you want to change it to yourself. And then you want to replace owner on subcontainers and objects. Click on apply. It's going to say you don't have permissions. All permissions were replaced if you say yes. So you've just taken ownership. Now keep in mind, we'll show you what this did here, because it's not going to help Daniel since he's the original owner. So go back into it. Now you can see that Todd is the only one there and Daniel is not there anymore. So what happens if Daniel tries to get into his finance folder? See, he gets the same thing now. He's denied. He can't even get into his own folder. So what do we need to do to fix that? Well, since Todd is the new owner, he needs to fix that. So if he goes to Properties, he could go back in there, click on Edit, and Add. So the default is read, execute, list folders, and read. But if he wants, he could give the person full control since it's that his folder. So technically up to him. So it'll be nice and say full control here. So now if we go back to Daniel, he's back at his sales folder, or his finance folder, I should say. And if he goes to the properties and security, he'll see that him and Todd both have full control here. And then, of course, he could go through and remove Todd, so it could be the back and forth battle between the local admins. But the whole point of this was just to show you how to get into a folder that you've been locked out of if you're a local admin. But just keep in mind that if you take the ownership of it and give yourself full control and nobody else is left on it, then that person's not going to have control or actually access to their folders or files. So you're going to have to go in there and manually add them back if you want them to be able to access their files again. And then if you're not a local admin, then you won't even be able to get in there at all, like we saw with Cindy. All right, hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully it wasn't too much back and forth, but that's one way to do it if you're locked out of a folder. All right, thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe.